In a world where we're constantly battling against the unexpected, what if the secret to peace and resilience was not in fighting fate, but embracing it? Imagine for a moment you're stuck in gridlock traffic, late for an important meeting. Your first instinct might be frustration, maybe even anger. But what if you accepted fully instead of resisting this moment? What if you could find value, even love, in this seemingly adverse situation? This isn't just a thought experiment. It's a powerful philosophy that has guided some of history's greatest minds through turbulent times. Today, we're diving deep into a profound Stoic concept that has the potential to revolutionize how you face life's challenges. Amor Fati, the love of fate. Amor Fati, a Latin phrase meaning love of fate, or love of one's fate, is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. But don't let its ancient origins fool you. This idea is more relevant today than ever. At its core, Amor Fati is about more than just accepting what happens to us. It's about embracing it wholeheartedly. You might be thinking, love my fate, even when life throws curveballs. Even when things go wrong. Yes, especially then. Amor Fati doesn't ask us to simply tolerate the events of our lives. It challenges us to welcome them, find the opportunity within them, and love them. Think of life as a grand tapestry. Each event, each circumstance, whether we perceive it as good or bad, is a thread in this tapestry. Amor Fati teaches us to appreciate the entire picture, not just the threads we find appealing. It's about understanding that every experience, every challenge, every triumph, and every setback contributes to the rich, complex pattern of our lives. But let's be clear. Amor Fati is not about passive resignation. It's not about throwing your hands up and saying, well, this is my fate, so I'll just lie down and accept it. No, it's an active, empowering approach to life. It's about taking what life gives you and using it as fuel for personal growth and development. Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher who popularized the term, described his ideal as not merely bear what is necessary, but love it. This is the essence of Amor Fati, not just accepting but loving what is necessary, what is inevitable, what has happened and cannot be changed. This might sound similar to optimism, but there's a key difference. While optimism often involves hoping for the best outcome, Amor Fati goes a step further. It's about finding value and purpose in whatever outcome occurs, regardless of whether it aligns with our preferences or expectations. Imagine you're an archer. You've practiced for months, honing your skills and preparing for a crucial competition. The day arrives. You take your shot, and you miss. Optimism might say, don't worry, you'll do better next time. Amor Fati, on the other hand, would say, this miss is an essential part of your journey. Embrace it, learn from it, use it to fuel your growth. Let's bring this ancient wisdom into the modern world. Picture this scenario. After years of hard work, you finally landed your dream job. You're excelling, passionate, and feel like you're making a real difference. Then out of the blue, you're called into a meeting. The company is downsizing, and your position has been eliminated. Just like that, you're facing unemployment in a competitive job market. For many of us, this would feel like a disaster. It's natural to feel shocked, angry, and maybe even betrayed. You might find yourself asking, why me? How could this happen? These reactions are normal, but they're also draining. They keep us in a negative loop, preventing us from moving forward. This is where Amor Fati comes in. Instead of resisting this unexpected turn of events, what if you chose to embrace it? What if, instead of seeing it as a setback, you viewed it as an opening, a chance for new opportunities and growth? The first step is fully accepting what happened. This doesn't mean you have to like it, but it means acknowledging the reality of the situation without wasting energy fighting against it. Okay, this job is gone. That's a fact. Now, what's next? Then find the potential value in the situation. Maybe this job loss is an opportunity to explore a field you've always been curious about. Perhaps it's a chance to start that business you've been dreaming of. Or maybe it's simply a wake-up call to diversify your skills and make yourself more resilient in the job market. Amor Fati isn't about passivity. Once you've accepted the situation and found its potential value, it's time to take action. Start networking, update your skills, and explore new industries. Use this time as an opportunity to reshape your career in a way that aligns even more closely with your values and aspirations. Consider a real-life example. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, was famously fired from the company he started. At the time, it seemed like a devastating blow. But here's what Jobs later said about this experience. I didn't see it then, but it turned out that getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again, less sure about everything. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life. This is Amor Fati in action. Jobs didn't just accept his fate, he embraced it. He found value in what seemed like a terrible situation and used it as a springboard for growth and new opportunities. The result? He went on to found Pixar, later returned to lead Apple to new heights, and ultimately transformed multiple industries. You might be thinking, that's Steve Jobs. He's exceptional. How does this apply to me? The truth is, you don't need to be a tech visionary to apply Amor Fati to your life. The power of this philosophy lies in its universality. Whether you're dealing with a job loss, a relationship breakup, a health challenge, or any other life upheaval, Amor Fati offers a framework for coping and thriving. Embracing Amor Fati in the face of setbacks doesn't mean you won't feel pain or disappointment. It's not about suppressing your emotions or pretending everything is fine when it's not. Instead, it's about acknowledging those feelings and choosing to find opportunity in adversity. It's about asking yourself, how can I use this experience to become stronger, wiser, more resilient? When you approach challenges with a mindset of Amor Fati, you open yourself up to possibilities you might otherwise miss. That job loss might lead you to discover a passion you never knew you had. It might connect you with people who will play crucial roles in your future success. It might be the push you need to take that risk you've contemplated for years. In the grand tapestry of your life, this setback is just one thread. By embracing and loving it as an essential part of your journey, you weave it into a larger picture of growth, resilience, and ultimate success. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? We can shift our perspective to, how can I use this situation to my advantage? This simple change in mindset fosters innovative problem solving and creates unexpected opportunities. A great example of this is the story of Slack, the popular workplace communication tool. It originally began as an internal tool for a struggling game company. When the game project was abandoned, rather than seeing it as a failure, the team recognized the value in what they had built. By embracing their fate and pivoting, they transformed their side project into a billion-dollar company. Practicing Amor Fati can significantly boost emotional intelligence. It teaches us to observe our emotional reactions without being controlled by them. Instead of suppressing negative emotions, we learn to acknowledge them, understand their source, and consciously choose how to respond. This heightened emotional awareness improves both personal and professional relationships. For instance, if a colleague criticizes your work, Amor Fati helps you respond with curiosity rather than defensiveness. Instead of taking it personally, you might ask yourself, This feedback is part of my growth. What can I learn from it? This mindset fosters self-improvement and encourages better communication in the workplace. One of the most profound benefits of Amor Fati is that it anchors us in the present moment. When we resist reality, we often dwell on an imaginary future. Things should be different or regret the past. If only this hadn't happened. Amor Fati brings us back to now, helping us fully engage with life as it unfolds. This present moment awareness is at the core of mindfulness practices, which research has shown to increase happiness and life satisfaction. By embracing fate, we learn to appreciate the richness of every moment, even the difficult ones. We become more aware of how our body feels during a tough conversation or the emotions that arise when facing a challenge. This deepened awareness makes life more vivid and engaging, offering valuable insights into ourselves and our experiences. One of the most transformative aspects of Amor Fati is the sense of empowerment it provides. When we see ourselves as victims of circumstance, we surrender our power, becoming passive recipients of whatever life hands us. Amor Fati shifts this perspective, reminding us that while we may not control what happens, we always have control over how we respond. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Nazi concentration camps, encapsulated this idea in his book *Man's Search for Meaning*. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. This is the essence of Amor Fati. No matter what life brings, we have the power to choose our response, to find meaning, to learn, and to grow. By embracing this mindset, we transform from passive victims to active authors of our own stories. To put Amor Fati into practice, we can start by cultivating mindful acceptance. This means acknowledging reality without resistance, even if we don't like what is happening. A good way to start is by practicing with small inconveniences. A red light when we're in a hurry or unexpected rain ruining our plans. Instead of reacting with frustration, we can take a deep breath and remind ourselves, this is happening and I accept it. As we grow comfortable with this practice, we can apply it to bigger challenges. Acceptance doesn't mean inaction. It simply allows us to stop wasting energy fighting reality so we can respond more effectively. Once we accept a situation, we can take the next step, reframing it in a more positive or neutral light. This is where the love of fate comes into play. We can ask, what can I learn from this? How might this challenge help me grow? Is there an opportunity here that I'm overlooking? If we're stuck in traffic, instead of fuming, we might think, this is an opportunity to practice patience. Or I can use this time to listen to that podcast I've been meaning to check out. Making this a habit helps us find opportunities where we once saw only obstacles. Gratitude is another powerful tool in embracing Amor Fati. When we practice gratitude, we acknowledge the value in our experiences, even the challenging ones. Taking a few moments each day to reflect on what we're thankful for can shift our mindset. This can be as simple as keeping a gratitude journal, listing 3 things we appreciate each day, or mentally reflecting on our blessings while commuting. Over time, gratitude helps us accept and embrace all aspects of life, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Visualization can also be a powerful practice. By closing our eyes and imagining ourselves facing a difficult situation with calm and clarity, we can train ourselves to respond this way in real life. Seeing ourselves embracing our fate, finding opportunities within challenges, and responding with wisdom helps reinforce these behaviors. Embracing fate doesn't mean we won't experience negative emotions. It's natural to feel frustrated, angry, or sad when facing difficulties. The key is to acknowledge these feelings without judgment and respond with self-compassion. Instead of being harsh on ourselves, we can speak as we would to a close friend, reminding ourselves that it's okay to struggle. This self-compassion creates space for us to accept experiences, even painful ones. Looking to role models who have embodied Amor Fati can be inspiring. Studying the lives of Stoic philosophers and others who embrace their fate despite extreme circumstances provides valuable lessons. We can learn from Marcus Aurelius, leading Rome through war and plague, or Nelson Mandela, emerging from 27 years of imprisonment with a message of reconciliation rather than bitterness. Their resilience shows us that embracing fate is not about being superhuman. It is about consistently practicing these principles. Daily reflection is another useful habit. Taking a few minutes at the end of the day to ask, what challenges did I face today? How did I respond? Where did I resist my fate, and where did I embrace it? What did I learn? Helps build awareness and strengthens our commitment to Amor Fati. Finally, embracing Amor Fati doesn't mean passive acceptance. It also means taking inspired action. Once we have accepted a situation, we can ask, given this reality, what is the best step I can take now? This balance of acceptance and action is what makes Amor Fati so powerful. By combining these practices, we naturally develop greater resilience, wisdom, and peace of mind. As we reflect on the wisdom of Amor Fati, it becomes clear that it offers strength and serenity in an unpredictable world. It reminds us that while we cannot control external events, we always have the power to choose our response. By embracing fate, we stop fighting reality and instead open ourselves to the full range of experiences life offers. Every moment becomes an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Amor Fati is not about resignation or passivity, but about actively engaging with life as it is. It requires the courage to say yes to whatever life brings, trusting that within every experience lies something valuable. When faced with obstacles, we can pause and ask, how can I embrace this? What opportunity lies hidden here? When life takes an unexpected turn, we can remind ourselves that this is part of our unique journey. Practicing Amor Fati won't make life perfect or free from challenges, but it will equip us with the resilience to face difficulties with grace and wisdom. It helps us find meaning and purpose even in hardship and brings us closer to the most elusive human goal, peace of mind. Here at the Stoic community, we believe that ancient wisdom like Amor Fati has the power to transform modern lives. We are committed to exploring these timeless principles and helping you apply them in your daily life. If you found value in this perspective, consider sharing it with others who might benefit. Most importantly, start putting these ideas into practice. Every moment is an opportunity to embrace your fate, grow, and become wiser and more resilient. Your journey with Amor Fati starts now. Embrace it, and watch as it transforms your life, one moment at a time. Thank you for being part of this exploration. Stay strong, stay wise, and may you find the courage to love your fate, whatever it may bring. This is the transformative power of Amor Fati. It turns obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. As we navigate the often turbulent waters of modern life, Amor Fati stands as a beacon, guiding us toward resilience, growth, and even love for our challenges. It reminds us that our power lies not in controlling external events, but in choosing our response to them. In doing so, we don't just weather life's storms, we learn to dance in the rain.